Hey parents, thank you so much for watching our video. I just wanted to take a special moment and explain exactly what we're going to be doing as we come back to church this Sunday and on Wednesday nights in the coming weeks. So as you know, we are resuming in-person worship this coming Sunday, September 13th. We're having a 9 o'clock contemporary service and 11 o'clock traditional. At both of those services, we plan to have children's church. Now, as you know, we're asking that everyone wears masks on Sunday mornings. So that goes for adults and for kids. Now, if your child is within preschool age and under, you do not have to put a mask on them. The CDC actually prefers that kids that are around 3 years old and younger, they don't wear a mask. So we understand that. We wouldn't want to put them at a risk. So feel free that those kids that are that age and younger, they don't need to wear a mask. But your kids, if they're older than that, if they're, above preschool age, if they're, in the children's ministry, we're going to ask that they do wear a mask. Now, our volunteers are also going to be wearing a mask. I've got a whole pack of them here. They're fun colored. We plan to go to the children's wing in the big room and space out for our devotion, our children's lesson, our craft, and we will do contactless games and activities. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means instead of playing like hot potato where we pass an item, we would play a game where we only each kid will have their own activity they get to do. So maybe we'll act out a skit together. Maybe we'll color a coloring sheet and the kids will get their own Ziploc bag of crayons. We're gonna make sure that we try to limit the amount of group things that the kids are passing or touching. So that's what children's church is gonna look like. Now, for the nursery, I wanted to share a few more details. So as you know, those kids will not be wearing masks because they're going to be too young to wear a mask. So instead, our workers are going to be wearing masks, and we're also going to be taking temperatures for our workers and for our kids that come in. Now, this is a temperature gun. You can put it, the preschool is using this, it goes towards your forehead, it takes your temperature, and then it reads it out. So we're going to be taking temperatures and just noting that for parents. And we've also increased our wellness, what we consider well and symptom-free for both kids and nursery children. As you guys know, in the past we've had a children's ministry guideline book. Basically, it just outlined what we do in the children's wing, how we handle behavior, how we handle sickness, how we handle other things like drop-off, sign in, sign out. Well, under our wellness, we've added a whole nother section that revolves around COVID-19. And I'm just going to read you the updated statement. We're going to have all parents get a new updated copy of this and fill out a new child information sheet. Usually once a year we have parents fill out an information sheet on their children. It just gives us their name, their age, their birthday, what grade they're in, and then if they have any allergies, can we take pictures of your children? If not, and we're going to ask that all parents fill that out moving forward and get a new copy of our guidelines just so everyone's on the same page. But for under wellness, we already had a few symptoms that if children were experiencing like pink eye or diarrhea or fever or profusive sneezing or coughing, that they don't come. So that was already on our guidelines. That's just general wellness if your child's sick, not to bring them. But we wanted to add a line about COVID-19. So, and this is what, if you're experiencing these symptoms or a household member, we're going to ask that you stay home. So here's our new line we've updated. If they or a family member is experiencing COVID-like symptoms, has been exposed to COVID-19, and or is waiting on an active test result for COVID-19 in the last 2 weeks, and then we want to define COVID symptoms by being fever or chills, cough, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, new loss of taste or smell, sore throat, congestion or runny nose, nausea or vomiting, and diarrhea. Now, those are the symptoms listed out directly from cdc.gov. Now, I know that runny nose might be something that's hard to tell for kids because a lot of kids have runny noses. That's just something that happens. So that one might be one that we're not going to send your child home or ask you not to come if that's the only symptom they have because, the season's changing, winter's coming, but we're just going to ask you as a parent to use your discretion on what you think is sick what you think might be COVID related and what might be allergy related when it comes to a runny nose. And then also, how are we going to handle a COVID-19 positive result? How will that be handled in our children's ministry? Well, we wanted to add that on our ministry guidelines as well. So if a staff member, meaning a volunteer teacher, a nursery worker, or a child in our care tests positive at any time, or someone in their household, meaning like their spouse, their mom or dad, their sibling, they must contact us if they've been in our facility in the last 7 days. And that's going off what the EPA says, the virus lives in a room for 7 days. So we would need to disinfect those specific areas. But we will alert anyone that has been exposed. So say you come on a Sunday and by that Thursday someone says, oh, we've tested positive. We will alert everyone that was there that Sunday. Now we're going to be taking precautions on Sunday morning, such as wearing masks and spacing out and not touching common areas to help reduce the risk of exposure. But we will let everyone know. Now, when can you return if you have a positive result? Well, this is what the Georgia Department of Health is listing as their requirements to go back out into public and not quarantine any longer. So you have to meet all of the following. We're just gonna stay in line with them. It has to be 10 days that have passed since the onset of symptoms. The person has to be fully recovered and completely symptom-free. The person has to be fever-free for 48 hours without the help of fever-reducing medication. And everyone in their house must be in line with that. So like if brother or sister is still sick, we would ask you not to come back because you could still be exposed or carrying those germs. So those are some things that we want to do that we're adding in our guidelines that we're going to give out to all parents as you return. We're also going to be emailing this out along with this video, so it should be attached to the email that you found this video. It'll also be on our children's ministry webpage on our website, so you can go to clarksvillefirst.umc.org/ministries/children. So you should be able to find it on that page. We'll try to put it towards the top so it's easy to find. And also I wanted to talk about sanitation. So already we have a maintenance Mr. Ricky West, who does our maintenance. He cleans twice a week in the children's wing. We have a new backpack fogger, which we have been using to deep sanitize the rooms each week between use so that they're clean and ready to go for use. We're also going to be taking extra steps to clean common surfaces and any areas that your child might touch and toys. So we use a cleaner called Clean Smart. It uses an active ingredient called hypochlorous acid. It's a naturally derived, non-toxic cleaner, so that we don't have to worry about it being toxic for kids. And it's listed on the EPA.gov website as by brand to kill the virus, COVID SARS-19. So we are doing everything we can to make sure we're providing a clean facility. And I just wanted to let you know that as a parent so that you knew going in exactly what we're doing to keep the facilities as clean as we can to make Sunday safe. Now for Wednesday nights for the nursery will be the exact same. We will have the nursery kids upstairs, but for children's ministry, we're going to be going outside. Now if we're going outside, you're going to see this sign posted 3 places to let you know that children's sign-in is on the playground, on the nights that we're on the playground. Now, if it's bad weather, you will see another sign that says children sign-in in the children's ministry. So those will be posted very clearly at the back of the fellowship hall, by the elevator, and by the stairs, so that when you arrive on Wednesday nights, you know very clearly where to take your children. Nursery will always be inside because we know that we can keep our nursery kids safe and spaced out in our nursery. But children's ministry, we're going to try to stay outside as much as possible. Now, if we're outside, everything will still be socially distant. We'll have our lesson outside. We'll have playtime outside. We'll have prayer time outside. And you will pick up from outside. Now, we're going to stay outside for as long as possible, meaning for the most weeks we can until it's either too cold or too dark. Now, what are we going to do if it's 100% chance of rain on a Wednesday night? Well, that's when we will be in the children's wing, and these signs will be posted. I will email out every Wednesday morning what the plan will be so parents know ahead of time. You'll get that on your phone. It'll also be posted on our social media. But if we're inside, we're going to ask that kids wear masks. And we will space out and we'll be in 2 groups. So we'll be divided by age into 2 smaller groups so that we have smaller groups of kids in separate rooms, masked with masked teachers. And so that will be up to your discretion as a parent or guardian to whether or not you feel comfortable with your children being inside. We're still going to be posting our Wednesday videos online so that if you decide to stay home at this time, that your children still get to participate. And we will work on trying to, if you wanted to pick up crafts that we're doing for your kids to do at home, I want to work with you as the children's director to parent, as the children's director to guardian, to make sure we're providing the best, most in touch, even if we're out, not physically in the room together, to make sure your kids feel included. So I'm trying to do my best to explain the best we can so that you know going in what children's ministry is going to look like on Wednesdays and on Sundays. As you know, on Sunday nights, masks are not going to be required for the night service at 6 o'clock. We're not going to have nursery. We're not going to have children's church. We will have a children's moment. It'll be the same children's church lesson. It just won't have the games or activities that we would do in children's church because it'll all be in one service. So if you have any questions, please let me know. This video is to try to make it as clear as possible what we're doing. But my email is Courtney@ClarksvilleFirstUMC.org. Feel free to call the church office if you need me. The church office number is 706-754-2677. You can also call me on my cell phone number if you need to. My phone number is 706-897-6252. Now you might wonder why I give out my cell phone number, and that's because I want you to know that I am here to help you in whatever way I can. I love your kids, I love the Lord, and I love your families. And if reaching out to me on a Tuesday night at 7 o'clock is the best way for me to minister to you, that's what I want you to do. Feel free to text me or call me, especially if you have questions about us coming back. So like I tell the kids, remember God loves you, and so do I. Please let me know if I can help you in any way as we come back. I'm so excited. See ya.